That is the dream, and I have to register it before I start that one.
Yes.
So
yes.
thank you for clarifying that, by the way.
You're more
because
than
I thought
welcome.
that you have to have bank account before you open business.
No, you do not need to have a bank account before you open business, and you do not need any minimum share capital as well. Just the amount required to open up a business. That's the trade licensing costs.
Hello everyone, welcome to Vic Influential. Today we have an incredible guest in our midst. Somebody that is going to talk to us, because today podcast is about business podcast. You know, people from my country are having some difficulty setting up business and also getting visa to come to UAE. So we bring somebody that have had so much experience in the banking sector, business startup, and also networking. She has a vast network to make every of her dream come true here in UAE. So we have Khushnuma, and LSE graduates and 15 years of banking experience in UAE, and she has also worked in an Egyptian bank called Arab African International. So today we are glad to have her in our midst to talk to us, and we'll listen. Please make sure you follow us on throughout this video to get that information that you need as a Nigerian, as an African, or expat that wants to start business here or wants to come over. Khushnuma?
Yes, Victor.
Welcome to Vic Influential.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it's a pleasure, and sorry for keeping you. I have to say sorry that you came to the podcast before me.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, so can we meet you? Can we get to know you?
Yes, for sure. So I have had 16 years of experience in the banking industry in UAE itself. And then we formed our own consultancy, which provides end-to-end corporate solutions for entrepreneurs from across the world willing to come to UAE, make it their home. And we provide Dubai relocation services as well. And then something that is of very importance to everybody, because once you open a bank company, once you form a company, the essential part is the bank account opening.
Yes.
We assist with that as well. We offer 100% guaranteed bank account for all nature of businesses and nationalities. So it's been 3 years that HERS Consultancy has been my baby. We've been working, and just last year we managed to open 500 new companies in UAE.
500
itself.
new companies?
Yes, in UAE, from different nationalities and demographics.
Wow.
Yes.
That is crazy. You said the name is HERS Consultancy.
Yes.
How did that come about?
So I am a strong believer of energy. I feel, women add a very important part in our society. They bring about the feminine, the care, the nurturing to any part that they touch, and it truly closes the circle of life. I thought it's going to resonate well with a lot of people, and it's doing well. But needless to say, we are open to men and women. We love to deal with all genders. We love to assist anybody who is willing to seek our services. And yes, that's how it came about.
I see that you have a lot of presence. Your energy is present. I think where you are, there will not be like a dull moment.
Yes.
Is this always who you are, or you got it? You schooled in London, right?
Yes, I did.
So this is who you are. You got it from where you school. How this energy?
I was raised in a nuclear family, so my parents have been my pillars of support. I think if you will ever come across a confident person, it is partly because of the way the parents have raised the child. It really depends on your upbringing. Today, in today's world, if somebody tells me what is the most pressing issue or what is really important in life today, it's to raise wholesome individuals who will foster a very good, environment in the coming years. It's very important to raise curious, healthy and confident children. So my parents have done a wonderful job, if I may say so.
Yes, they have.
And yes, I've always seen my father loving my mother, a house full of joy, warmth, where everybody is important. I still remember Every single day, my father used to pick me from school, and he never forgot to ask. We are 4 siblings altogether. He would always ask, "How was your day?" He took particular interest, despite being a businessman himself. He used to take great deal of interest, and just the communication, the way that he took care of us, the importance that he's given to each one of us, despite being 4 and despite him having a busy schedule. I feel it's my duty to pass down, the same values, inculcate them in my children today, to tell them, you just don't need, because you're in life, don't just live it, love it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a Nigerian. I don't know
Yes.
if I told you.
Yes.
And we are having a little bit of issue opening even me, I'm also thinking when it's time to register this company now, how am I going to do it? So as a Nigerian, somebody that wants to start a business here or open a bank, because you need to have a bank before you open your business, right?
Yes.
So as a Nigerian that wants to, or any other part of African country that wants to open business or come over here, how do you help with that?
Sorry, Victor, you said you need to have a bank account before you open a business? No.
No, you don't?
No, you do not need that. That's not a prerequisite. And you do not need any share capital as well. You do not need any minimum capital requirement. You just need the amount required to register yourself, which is the trade licensing costs, and then the residency costs, which include the biometrics and medical for the Emirates ID.
Yeah.
Yes. So how to go about? Well, UAE is a land of opportunities. If you are a law-abiding citizen, there is no place in the world as good and as environment friendly as UAE is. We can certainly help all nationalities, like I said. We can also help Nigerians. If any Nigerian businessman is looking to come to Dubai, we can certainly assist him. Yes.
You can do that?
Yes, we can do that, provided he's a family man. His wife issues a visa for him and he comes to Dubai, and then we start his company formation process.
Okay.
Right now, bachelors are being held. I mean, UAE keeps lifting and putting the bans. So we need to also respect the laws and regulations of UAE and be within the regulatory framework. But while we do that, we are assisting Nigerians, and while we're talking just this morning, I have a Nigerian businessman in oil and gas, and we're going to assist him to set up his company. Yes.
Yeah. And what about the celebrities if they want to come here? Because I think
that's not an issue as well. You just need to contact HERS Consultancy and we'll get the job done.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you, I think there are some... I don't know if it's not a misconception, but I think there is a misunderstanding. Free zone and can you explain to us?
Yes.
You said there is 10 benefits.
Yes.
Opening a company with free zone. How did it?
So there are 3 jurisdictions in UAE. One is mainland, the other one is free zone, and the third one is offshore.
Okay.
Mainland, in short and simple terms, is good for B2C. Anybody who wants a physical presence in UAE, wants their headquarters in UAE, perhaps any business where the customers need to visit the person in his office, they need to be registered in mainland. And there are certain activities like a restaurant, podcasts, studios, salons, any companies that has their own headquarters over here, they need to be in the mainland.
Okay.
Other than that, in free zone, anybody who's a trader, exporter, importer, who's all right working and who would prefer to work remotely, for instance, they just want to register over here their companies because they have certain suppliers or clients from UAE, but ideally would want the liberty and the mobility to be living somewhere abroad, perhaps in their home country, and still be able to operate in the UAE. Free zone is the best bet for them. And offshore is for holding companies, investment arms who just want to be remotely present in the UAE, but will not be able to conduct any business within the UAE. Yeah.
So if I decide to go official, I have to go mainland?
You have to go mainland, yes, because I see that your podcast is doing so well, and, maybe a few months down the line, you would have your own show and stuff. Yes, fingers crossed. Yes.
The plan along the line is, I hopefully soon enough, is to be doing a reaction. I want to start doing it every day. It has to be like a morning show. I do reaction based on the UAE, anything like news, any news. I have a reaction on that. Then we'll have a business podcast and call it a day. to start with. So that is the dream, and I have to register it before I start that one.
Yes.
So
yes.
thank you for clarifying that, by the way.
You're more
Because
than
I thought
welcome.
that you have to have bank account before you open business.
No, you do not need to have a bank account before you open business, and you do not need any minimum share capital as well. Just the amount required to open up a business. That's the trade licensing costs.
Yeah, you have a crazy network of people. You have like army
Yes.
behind you. So how did you get to beat that, and what has been the benefit of having that kind of network?
So it takes time. Everything takes time, Victor, but there is one salient feature for you to see that upward graph going up and up, and that's consistency, being resilient in your game. And over the years, I've been in the banking industry. I know it like the back of my hand. I know what works, what does not work. I'm not just like any other consultant who's going to throw the papers in every single bank and see which one's going to win the potluck. We do something called a preliminary step, which is the bank audit. When a case comes to us, we see whether it's high risk or the nature of business, and we know the policy of each bank. Not every bank has the same policy in UAE. Some are willing to open certain nationalities and some are not. Some have already reached their cap in terms of nature of businesses, say for instance, general trading or gold trading or crypto, and they would not be willing to open another case. And we know which other banks we can go to. So you really need a consultant in today's time. I mean, you would want to look at it from the long-term perspective. You'd rather go with a consultant today and manage your essential part of the business, which is a bank account. You do need the transactions to land somewhere, rather than making some mistakes and then landing into trouble later on. And yes.
I see that opening a company.
Yes.
How does it take that? Like registering somebody, if I want to register this now, how does it take for someone that is not here, for instance?
Okay. So we can remotely set up companies as well. You do not need to be here. The payment has to be upfront because majority of the cost is government fees. For instance, it's going to cost you somewhere around 12 to 13,000 just to set up a trade license in, say, a mainland. And an additional 4 to 5,000 for your Emirates ID and visa processing. So for your, once the company is formed, it should take 3 to 4 days for the trade license to be issued. I'm talking about mainland. We will do all the paperwork. Then we start processing the visa. The visa should take additional 5 to 6 days, depending on the nationality. And once the visa is out, the person has to travel to UAE within 60 days. For instance, he's still in the UAE. We do the cancellation of his existing visa and we issue a new visa for him. He does need to do the blood test and the Emirates ID again. So, and this all will take another 5 to 6 days.
Yeah.
Because the blood test happens the same day, the result comes within 24 hours thanks to the UAE government. They've really made everything so seamless and so efficient. I don't see this kind of framework anywhere in the UAE at all. I mean, in any other country except UAE. So this is there, and then you can get started. You can make your dreams come true. Yes.
Yeah. Is there? I want to ask you about your social life, like online social media.
Yes.
Is it only on LinkedIn you post?
I just post on LinkedIn. We have posted briefly on TikTok, but I felt my target audience is on LinkedIn. I am a full-time mother as well. I'm a mother to a 6-year-old and an 11-month-old baby. I wanted to ensure that whatever time that I is away from them, I'm giving it to people that truly need my assistance. I'm not saying other social media platforms are not serious or are not garnering. Perhaps they have a lot of footfall and a lot of people visit it, use it. I personally do not use TikTok and Instagram. I've never had a Facebook account. So I started off on LinkedIn. It's paid so well. We're not doing any paid marketing anymore. We have organic, warm leads from LinkedIn. Anybody who's still thinking to start up on LinkedIn, I'd say you're late. Start already. Because every day I wake up, I have leads, I help people, I advise them, I consult them, I execute companies for them. And LinkedIn has been a gold mine for me to get connected to fellow individuals like you and assist them set up their businesses in the UAE.
Why I ask you this, because I want to go into personal branding.
Okay.
And I have started to see myself as an entrepreneur, and it's even amazing because that I'm saying this out loud right now, and treating this like a startup. And every day, like, let me say, how most of the time that I spend online, I spend it on LinkedIn, because I go through people profile, read articles, try to understand what it takes to start up a business, nurture it, make sure it survives, because I don't want this one to be one of the failed experience. I'll tell people, say, I have tried and it fails. I don't want this one to be one of it. So what do you think somebody that wants to build a personal branding should go about it? Is there any strategy, like you have to do it this way, or just continue posting and share your personal experience? How do person go about it?
For anything to meet with success, I will reiterate, being consistent is key. Consistency is king. You need to post on a regular basis, but before that, you need to have a business plan. What exactly are you posting? What are you good at? And any post should reflect your personal style. For instance, when we spoke, and now that you're meeting me in person, you would have seen some similarities.
Yes.
I mean, it should resonate with your personal. Somebody meeting you in person today should be able to relate with whatever you post. This is the key to success. You need to be what you are in person, online as well, and people resonate best with that. If you are somebody who's starting off with your personal branding, I would say choose the right platform for yourself. If you are a home-based business, maybe TikTok or Instagram would be your go-to. If you're a business person looking to connect with fellow businessmen, LinkedIn would be your platform. First, decide which is your target audience. You need to see your demographics. They need to identify with you as well. You cannot just be, otherwise you would be posting in a black hole and it's not going to be reaching the audience that you need to identify your USP, your competitive edge, and you need to speak on it. You need to realize that whoever you are catering to at the end of the day, are you really able to fix their problems? Because these days, people look for solutions. They do not have time anymore. They want somebody who knows the job, the deal, and is able to provide them quick solutions.
Yeah.
So if you're starting off, identify what exactly you want to do, identify your target audience as well, and then you're good to go. You can start writing in your personal style, in your way, and that will set you apart, because every person is different, and what you have, I cannot have. And you can actually make that your USP, your selling point, and you can start off from there. That's what I did. People resonate with me. They know that other than a consultant, I'm a banking specialist as well. And anybody who realizes the importance of a bank account, you can have a company, but what if the company cannot be opened anywhere? You're back at square one. You've spent so much of time setting up the company, so much of money, and now that you cannot get a bank account opening, what good is that company? It's of no good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Why I ask you this, because I've been doing like social media for a very long time, but I have not had the kind of connection I've had since I started using LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn, what I do is when I post, I try to like write every summary of the video I post. So I've started getting more engagement, people reacting, or people responding to my messages on LinkedIn more than every other social platform. Yeah.
Exactly. Perhaps your content is for LinkedIn then. You've identified the platform that's working best for you. You need to keep on building your presence by posting regularly. See what the people want. What is your target audience? What are their pain points? Speak about it. Speak about your unique selling proposition. How whatever you're doing is unique and different from your competitors. And then that's your playground. That's how you will monopolize on it. Yes.
Yeah. You mentioned that last year you opened 500 companies.
Yes, I did.
Was that not was there any time it has to be like somebody waiting, it's taking this long? Why is it not happening?
You can never please everybody. Otherwise you'd be in a circus doing some entertaining act. Somebody or the other will always be displeased by your existence. You can always strive to give your best, and the other person will resonate with it that this person has put his best foot forward. Never go down on your integrity, on your self-worth. Do not let anybody question that. And that comes with you being able to perform, being diligent at your job. So yes, some people had to wait because of government approvals, because of delays out of the scope of my business, but they have been understanding enough. We've had 500 companies. It's not a joke. It's not just company formation. It was bank account opening, tax and audit. We do tax and audit. We do golden visa. We do freelance visa. We do personal branding as well. So we do all of this in-house. I have a team of 22 people who take care of all of this. I made sure nobody had to wait very long. The fact that we are still small, we're not as big as a lot of corporate service providers, that's deliberate. I want to be nimble, just like the way UAE is, and that's how they've been able to perform and deliver so relentlessly. They're on the front of any developed country, you name it. UAE has outnumbered them in terms of infrastructure, in terms of being modern, in terms of adapting to reduction in carbon footprint. UAE is there, and it's just killing itself in the game. It's really progressed and prospered. Yes, thank you so much. So this is the key. You need to pick up people that inspire you. It could be countries that could inspire you. It could be your parents, or perhaps even somebody as small as your child. His persistence, his constant asking you for a certain toy, it's his consistency, right? That he's resilient, he's not giving up. You can learn from anybody. If you're really out there, you want to learn, you want to succeed in life, you need to continue learning. It's a continuous improvement. You can never stop learning. Yes.
So why I ask you that question, because UAE is in UAE, everybody that's coming here to do business,
of course,
have it in mind that it's a tax-free nation, right?
Yes.
But you have something like tax auditing.
Yes. So mainland is now subject to tax. Free zone is still, you do not need to pay any tax. But if you're doing free zone to mainland, for instance, any person who has incorporated in the free zone but is dealing with UAE entities, they need to pay a certain tax after a certain threshold that they reach a certain number of sales, and then they need to pay the tax. So, but still, free zone is tax-free for anybody looking to come down, set up their businesses. I'd say that this is their adult Disneyland. They can truly benefit from the perks that Dubai has to offer. It's done splendidly well when it comes to, giving the ideal and progressive environment for businesses.
Yeah, if they started paying tax, is it on a regular basis, or what they pay like once?
So corporate tax, there's corporate tax and VAT, value added tax. Corporate tax is, VAT tax is done on a quarterly basis, and corporate tax is done annually. Once a company is set up, every company, whether they're in the free zone or mainland, need to do corporate tax registration and VAT registration. Once that is done, you need to ensure that all your invoices are kept in a safe place. You need to approach a tax and a corporate consultant like us. You can ask us for assistance, and we will ensure that all of your invoices and your sales are in compliance with the regulatory framework of UAE.
And that is like 7%.
Yes, it is.
7%.
Yes. So VAT is 5%. Yes.
Okay, that is beautiful, because everybody, I saw also on LinkedIn, where people are saying there are some things you will pay tax on in UAE, and some other people are saying whatever thing you're doing here, you don't have to pay tax. So it's good that that is cleared. So I want to ask you, tell us about, sending you message to come on my podcast, getting to meet new people. What is the importance of networking?
It is key. You cannot work in isolation. You need to connect with people. Synergy is the way forward. There's only so much that a man can do, but when a team works together, everything seems more achievable. I mean, you would have seen this latest Netflix feature, which is the Squid Games. The game would not be a game without, all the people. This thing, it's a holistic approach. You need to connect with fellow like-minded individuals to progress. Yes, networking has been extremely important, and it has helped me meet so many people. It's crucial.
Yeah.
Funny I'm saying this because I haven't been to networking events in the last 1 year because I had a baby, but I'm planning to change that. But I've been consistent on LinkedIn every single day since last year. I've been posting every single day.
So there is a networking event.
There are a lot of networking events in UAE. You need to see which one is appropriate for you. I mean, UAE never ceases to amaze us. It has networking events for like the new one is coming up, Gulf Food. It happens every year. It happens usually in February and March. People from all over the world in F&B, they gather in the Trade Center, and that's where it happens. It's for a few days, I think 3 or 5 days. It happens.
This one they just finished 1 billion.
Yes, the 1 billion summit.
Yeah,
yes,
that is for content
yes, and they
creators.
were like people from all over the world. Yes.
That one is for content creators.
That is for anybody who has 1 billion followers plus. They can talk, they can, speak about themselves and stuff. Anybody else can attend as well, whoever finds it relevant. Yes.
Okay, that is amazing. I asked you this question because there are most of the people that they don't believe that they can go out and meet people for their dream, whatever they are dreaming of, whatever it is that they want to do. You have to go there and connect. And I'm a true beneficiary of this, connecting with new people every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it has really helped my platform. It has really helped it to grow, bringing quality people on my platform to speak and also to educate the audience, give the information that I have. Yeah, it has really helped this platform to move forward. So I would not like to waste too much of your time because I know that you're busy.
Yes.
So I have to thank you seriously for coming, and also
you're more than welcome.
Thank your spouse, but he's not here. I also like to. So, is there anything you like to give ladies that are struggling, that they want to open business here, but they think it's like hectic? Some people say Dubai is so much stressful.
So I will just give a generic advice to ladies and to men as well. You will never get in life what you think you deserve. You will only get what you negotiate for. Do not be afraid to take the step forward. There are risks in everything. In fact, there's even a risk when you step out of the house. You might never return back home. So always start your day with gratitude because it multifolds in itself. And anybody who's looking to set up a business, I'm here. I'm the person. Yes.
So when we keep growing,
yes,
it would be okay for you to come back again, right?
Absolutely. It would be my pleasure, Victor.
When we start getting the numbers, I think you are the best person to always.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So guys, Khushnuma is the first name you prefer to be called?
As long as the job is done. Okay. Call me anything. Christy, Sally, call me anything. Okay. Yes.
All right, guys. I hope you followed on everything that we talked about. And it's very, very essential for everybody, any of you that wants to open a business, but you don't know where to go about it. I will add her profile on this video, her LinkedIn profile. So you will go there and follow her. Ask any question you want to ask. I promise you she's very open and she's going to respond to your message in no time. So thank you for joining us in this video. And if this is your first time coming across, we promise that we'll bring people that will educate you. People that will give you the information that you desire and the information that you need to grow forward. So if this is your first time and you've not belonged to this community, please share, comment, and liked. And please go and check Zara out, check her LinkedIn profile out. And thank you. See you in the next video.